Oh, damn. Do I hate this tree? Honestly. I get these every year, and I sweep up every year. Good Lord, look at them all. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's just horrible. Look at down here. Oh my goodness. But yeah, we left out the cushions over winter, and oh my goodness, look at how damaged they are. Holy smokes. Looks like I'm going to be going out and getting new cushions this year. But yeah, half of the deck has been done, as you can see. And I mean, this little section here was like $400. And we're taking out all this old stuff. Like, look at this. I'm hopefully going to get this done within the next month or so, because I don't like the dogs walking across here, and I don't like walking across here. But I got to sweep up. This is crap. This is terrible. Oh my gosh. But anywho, okay. I'm starting off here. These are my tumbler tomatoes. I've got them on this little cute little container. And these guys don't grow very big, apparently. I've never grown tumblers before, but get all these things out. But these are the seeds. This is what happens. Like, I don't know. But anywho, this is the tumbler. Now they're growing really nice. This guy in particular, I can see I'm starting to get little seed pods here, if you can see it. I'll be getting flowers pretty soon from this guy. And, okay, now I did water these guys before I went to work this morning. And these are my carrots. These are these tenderlongs that I'm doing. I'm doing in a bucket. So I've also got my lovely eggplant. These are new variety that I've done. I've got a couple new varieties, but this one is called Satin Beauty, and they grow fairly nice. So I've got most of them, if not all of them, on in containers here. And I've got another Tiny Tim here, or not Tiny Tim, tumbler here with some peppers. These, I believe, are just the regular peppers. I'm doing green and yellow peppers and orange peppers and so forth. And here I've got, this is my salsa garden, and I'm having lots of fun with this one. And I've got green onion growing here, of course basil. I've got about 2 plants here, 3 plants actually of basil. These are jalapeno peppers, cilantro, and like I said, these are bunching onions, so they'll be great. Yeah, bunching onions, I've got a couple of them here in this new grow pot of mine. I love it. It's cute. Got another eggplant here. Like I said, these little catskills that I get from this tree. This is either a birch or an ash tree, I'm not sure, or a poplar, I mean. You know, and it's quite tall, actually. It goes way up. I've got a couple of them on my property here, as you can see. We had to cut one down because right there, as you can see, the stump, it fell. Scared the heck out of me, but whatever. It must have been old and damaged and just not doing too well. And here I've got another window box, and again, I'm pulling out all these. Like, this is insane. Like, I'm pulling out all these things. It's just crazy. But what I've got here are marigold and calendula that are going to grow. No, not calendula, sorry. Nasturtium. Gee willikers. So yeah, so that's growing. That's part of my my container garden on my deck. And as you can see here, that's a nice beefsteak tomato, along with some leaf lettuce, and I've got cucumbers growing in the back. Those are straight 8s. And I've got the tumbler tomato plants in here with 1 pepper plant. Now it could be too much, I don't know. I'm going to try and see how it goes. But it's a fairly decent deep pot, so I'm going to give it a try with 3. And here I've got peppers again. These are my peppers, the ones that I grew in my garden, or in my that I grew from seed. And then here is another beautiful amount of big basket full of leaf lettuce that I've been growing out. And I just love this because I've had several harvests and it keeps coming back. I've got a mixture of leaf lettuce, which is really good, and I'm always afraid I'm going to touch something that I don't want to touch. And I've got a head lettuce in there as well. And Dante is getting into everything as usual. Outside my garden doors, right at the back with that nice little tripod type trellis, I have green and yellow peppers, and these are yellow peppers as well. I've got red ruby Swiss chard growing in a pot, along with, these are my Manitoban tomatoes, the ones that I grew from seed, and they did get a little bit of sun scald, but when I first put them out, but they are recovering. I've been taking really good care of them, and just been pruning out some of the dead leaves and so forth, and feeding them a nice feeding of organic fertilizer and water-soluble fertilizer, and they're coming along nicely, as you can see. These are my beefsteaks, these 2, and they're growing really good. Leaf lettuce is growing really nice, and like I said, I've got leaf lettuce all over the place there too, and I'm growing in the garden as well, in the main garden, but I'll show you that shortly. But you can see all the Catskills that have come off these trees. Like, here's one of them. That's one of them. And she's just starting to leaf out now. And then my other 2, one is right by my deck, and the other one is back there. I've got a lot of oak on my property, and but like I say, a lot of these Catskills, holy smokes, and fluff. I look like I've got snow. As you can see, my plants are growing big and strong. And here I've got tenderlongs again. This is one of my deeper boxes. And Dante wants me to kick the ball. So, what I've got here is leaf lettuce, or actually head lettuce, actually. It's Great Lakes head lettuce with, I've got bunching onions in here. And they're growing really well. Here I've also got, in this bed, I've got, this is Bright Lights, Swiss chard, and red onion. I'm so excited about growing red onion. These guys are growing like incredibly, big since I planted them. Here I've got my chive, I've got cilantro, and more cilantro, and I've got a beautiful little thyme plant here. And believe it or not, what this is called, it's called a rose-scented thyme. And it actually does. It smells like it's a combination of thyme and sweet aroma of old-fashioned rose. It's really fascinating to see the different types of thyme that's out there. When I rub my fingers against it and I smell it, it smells like a combination of roses and thyme. And I've got my basil, of course. And coming up here, you can see just little guys starting to sprout up. That's all my dill. That's what I harvested last year in the fall when I let my dill plant go to seed. So I'm going to get some fresh dill. And here I've got my Manitobans along with some marigolds growing all around here. And these are my cherry tomatoes. They look pretty crappy. We got hit by some really cool weather in May, but they're slowly coming along. And I got more bunching onions, and this is what I'm really excited about. This is Purple Haze carrots. I'm so excited about this. Just can't wait. Can't wait to harvest those when they're bigger. Now, of course, I've got my my garlic. It's not that big. I planted this last fall, just before, about a month before, 30 days or so before the last frost. And here are my green globe broccoli. I'm really excited about that. And then of course, my tomato plants are all coming along here. They don't look the greatest, but like I said, May has been a really crappy month. But they're coming back, you know. There's maybe one that I'm going to have to replace, but that's okay. And then here, I've got more Swiss chard growing. And of course, my green beans, or yellow beans, I should say. And here is some more Swiss chard. And then on this side, this is calendula. I've got calendula growing. I'm so excited about that. And cucumbers. It looks like my garden really needs a little bit of watering. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get going on the watering and make sure that these guys don't wilt too badly. Okay, so to finish off, I've got down in this row here, I've got romaine, and this is a red leaf variety, and more broccoli. Yes, I needed to put it somewhere. And this here is are my radishes. I'm really excited about that. These are Scarlet Globe, and I'm really going to enjoy that. Now, I've heard Jess from Roots and Refuge, she likes to roast them, and I've never heard of that before, and so it's quite interesting. So I'm gonna give it a try myself, and it should be interesting. Here in this row, as you can see, I've got another bunch of this is beets, and this is Detroit Dark Red, and I'm really looking forward to that because last year I grew small ones, but and that was the first time I ever grew beets, and I pickled them and they turned out great. I was so excited about it. Here, as you can see, I've got some more, and this is my main bed for yellow beans. It's just the plain ordinary wax beans. I haven't tried pole beans yet before, but eventually I will. And get a try and do something like that with pole beans, and just gotta read up more about them. And hey, Ballin, hi. he's giving me a little bit of attention here. And on the far end, okay, are the rest of my red onions. So I'm really looking forward to having a really decent harvest, and hopefully in another month I can show you guys what the garden is looking like when it's all in full swing. So I've got these two. Don't take it yet. So yeah, this is how my garden is turning out. I've added like I said, I added these pots, and I put them in ground, cut the bottoms out and put them in ground. So it's kind of like they're a raised garden bed in a way, but they're containers. And everything's coming along really nicely. Things are starting to green up better. The leaves that did get sun scald are being slowly phased out. You don't do them all at one time because otherwise you're going to shock the plants. And that's the gist of it. So this is what my garden's starting to look like. It's starting to shape up really nice. I'm digging around each bed. As you can see, I've got two of the main beds here dug around and giving them a little bit of space between the grass. And I'm preparing for to kill some of this grass and to put down some sort of mulch instead, or like pea gravel or hay of some sort. So, well, it's slowly coming. So this is phase one of my expansion, my garden expansion done. So I'm really happy with that. And here are my boys. One's off and running. And the other one's following suit. So, thanks for joining me. Catch you in the next one.